to say you gotta go all the way. Yeah, my name is Susan. I'm by rock. I'm here to say you gotta go all the way. That's what I want to do today. I want to do the top 5 things that I wish I would have known before I went to Mexico. And some of these things I did know, but some people don't know. So I'm going to share them with you. I'll share the ones that I actually experienced, or I did, or I didn't do, and tell you now, almost 4 years later, what I think is the best if you choose to go to Mexico for your surgery. I haven't done my stats in a long time on any of my videos, so I'll go ahead and do those quickly if I can remember them. Sometimes I forget now if I don't write them down. It was, but March or May of 2013, I went to Mexico and had it done by Dr. Mario Almanza, who I absolutely adore, and he is too cute too. But I had it done then, and I'm 3 years and maybe like 7 months out from being 4 years out. I reached my goal, or at least what my body considered its goal, and stopped probably about 6 months into it, 5 months into it. So I've been maintaining my weight ever since. My highest recorded weight was about right at 250, about 148, 248 to 250, right in there ever. But the day of surgery, I was 225, and my lowest recorded weight right after the surgery was 142, I believe, 141, right in there. I've never got lower than 140, and I typically maintain and hang out between 148, 155. That's usually my hangout point. Anyway, those are my stats, and let's go ahead and get into this video. All right, the top 5 things that I wish I would have known before, and these are not in any particular order except for number 5, you guys. I am leaving that one for the end. So, I really believe if you're going to do medical tourism, you're going to go out of the country, that you should use some type of medical tourism agent or a weight loss agent out there that kind of know the rules and the laws of the country and what can and cannot be done, and can kind of just help you along, especially if you're out here by yourself. You guys, you're trying to do this all by yourself. You want some guidance. You want to get on the internet. You want to look around a lot. You want to talk to other people, get on the websites, ask questions. You guys, if you don't want anyone to know you're out there doing that, put a avatar picture up and use a fictitious name, but get out there and ask questions. And I say, even now on my YouTube channel and all my other sites, you guys, if you want to follow me and you don't want people to know your business, you don't want them to know this is what you're doing, go ahead and follow me. Just put a fake name on there, or make your profile private where no one can see your information. So I think it's very good to stay involved, ask questions, especially when you see someone who really seems like they know what they're talking about. Definitely ask them questions. And get out there on the sites that that are geared towards medical tourism. So I say definitely find a US based tourism type of company or person who actually knows the ins and outs of doing medical tourism. Okay, and one of them out there is called Weight Loss Agents. They're big out there. If you just Google them, you'll find them, and they're very sweet. They ask questions, they follow up with you. I'm almost 4 years out, you guys, and they still keep in contact with me and follow up with me and see how I'm doing. And even some of the original agents, customer service reps, still work there, and I know them by name, and my profile is still there. I can go in and check on my profile or update it with new pictures or do anything I want. So I think the weight loss agent service is great. That is not a plug for them that I'm getting paid for or sponsored. Trust me, long time ago I tried that because I was sending them so many patients, but they did not have a program like that, and they would not give me any discounts or sponsor me or anything. So you guys, that's just a free plug to them, but good information for you. Okay. Number 2, I say do all your tests here in the States first. Get the doctor, or if you already have a doctor that you use here, family practitioner or something, I say definitely let them know what you're planning on doing. Ask them their questions. You guys, trust me, they're probably not going to like it, and I don't know if it's because they're really worried about your safety. I think it's just more jealousy and, you know, other countries against other countries, and we think we're the best. So I think it's going to be more of that than anything. But if you can find a good doctor like mine was, and he did do the x-ray and or CAT scan or sonogram, I don't know what it was, on my tummy to see my tummy. And my doctor actually told me that my surgery was done. He said, actually, quote unquote, he says, your tummy is beautiful. So he said my sleeve was done perfectly well, and he didn't see any problems in my future with my sleeve. So that made me feel really good. So find you a doctor here you can trust, who'll be honest, who will, you know, not get jealous and give you the true facts and tell them the truth. You have to go there because you can't afford it here and you have to pay cash. And so tell them that's the only reason you're going. If you could afford it here in the States, you would go. But unfortunately, the United States don't make all things very economical for us when it comes to medicine, medical surgery, that type of stuff. So let them know that, but let them know that you want them to be the primary doctor. You want them to do your checkups before, pre, and post-op surgery, and you want one source and who knows what's going on with you from the beginning, so you're not just randomly going to a doctor who doesn't know anything about your medical history, that you had the sleeve and that would be your first time seeing them. So let them know that. Let them know you really want to stay with them and be comfortable and feel like you're being well taken care of, because it is a scary step to take, surgery for the first time out of the country. So if you have a doctor who's willing to work with you, knowing that you're going into another country to have your surgery done, and they're good with that, or they're going to support you regardless if they're good with it or not, have them to do all your pre-tests to make sure that you have a clean bill of health before you go to Mexico, so there's no surprises when you get there. And if you're like me, I had high blood pressure when I went, so I had to take my pills beforehand to keep my blood pressure under control. You can still have surgery. I've had several different types of surgeries in my life with high blood pressure, so you can still have surgery if you have high blood pressure. They're just going to make sure you get a medical clearance from your doctor. They're going to make sure that it's not too high the day of surgery, and that you are taking your medicine, and make sure that you disclose to your surgeon in Mexico what type of blood pressure medicine you're taking. Please let them know that before you go to Mexico, you guys. So here, have all your doctor do all your tests and recommend any type of vitamins, mineral supplements, or medicine you should begin to take or stop taking, because some things you actually can't take before you have surgery, and especially like blood thinners and stuff like that, because your blood will not coagulate, and people can bleed to death if they're on blood thinners. So you definitely want to make sure stuff like that. You guys, there's even certain type of fruit and fruit juices you shouldn't drink. And don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure, if my memory is not failing me, it's more of the citrus-based stuff that you may not want to eat before surgery. But just check with your surgeon in Mexico beforehand. And so whatever your doctor here tells you to begin or to stop taking, make sure you do a list of that, and then give that list to your surgeon in Mexico before you get there, way before you get there, before you even start your pre-op diet, to make sure the things that you need to stop, because some things you can stop a week before surgery, some things need to be 2 weeks before surgery. So once your doctor here gives you a list of things to take and not to take, then check with your surgeon to double check on that. And then you guys, this is me. Even after I check with my surgeon in Mexico, then whatever my surgeon in Mexico says, I'm going to bring that back here to the States, and I'm going to show the doctor here, well, this is what the surgeon is saying here in Mexico about it. How do you feel about this? And let them agree or disagree, and then you find where you think you feel comfortable, or at that time, go to another doctor here in the States if you have to. You guys, Does that sound like a lot of work? Yes, but this is your life, your health that we're speaking of. So do not play with it and take it lightly, okay? So that's my personal opinion. That's what I do. I'm not a medical advisor, but I do have common sense. So I'd say definitely check all your bases, especially if you're a smoker, you're a drinker, you're on blood pressure medicines or any other type of medicines, depression medicines or anything like that. You guys definitely make sure you cover all your bases with that. I'm so particular about that, you guys. When I came, and I even have a video out here that tells you all the list of vitamins and minerals and supplements I was taking. I wrote them all down. I wrote what time I take them down, what time I take them each day, the milligrams and everything. I wrote all that down, and I took it to my pharmacist to make sure that all those could work together, and that was my vitamins and prescribe any prescriptions that are on. I was making sure all those things didn't have drug interaction effect, even because things are natural or organic or whatever. They're still chemicals. They're just more natural chemicals, and they can interact with each other and make you sick or cause problems. So I go that far that before I start taking a lot of stuff, I want to make sure how they interact. Sometimes I'll do it online and check myself, but to be real clear, I'm really good with my pharmacist here, in my local pharmacist. He knows me. So I just write a list and I email it to them, and they'll let me know which ones work good. So you guys, when I say double check and triple check with your doctors against one another, do that. And then again, if you don't want to go to another doctor and check, take it to your pharmacist and ask them to check for it, the pharmacy that you use all the time, okay? So that's number 2. Number 3, my top 3 things I would have liked to known to do, or I did before going to Mexico to have my surgery. This one, you guys, is a big one. I didn't get to do this for myself, but I got to do this for my neighbor. If you're going to Mexico and you have to go by yourself, through like Weight Loss Agent or through some of the forums like gastricsleeve.com, WLS is out there, Obesity Coalition. Through those forums, you guys can make posts and let people know where you're going to have your surgery, with which doctor, what time that you're going, and ask them if they want to partner up with you. Now, you have to do this before you pay for your surgery, so you want to get all the information and get ready to schedule it, but not have it paid for yet. And you might even can do it after you pay for it. Just check with whoever your clinic, the doctor, the hospital that you use, or the weight loss service that you use. But find somebody to buddy up with so you guys can share a room, because typically out there in Mexico, if you share a room with someone, you get a discount. So you guys can go as like friends, and they'll actually give you a discount. So I got a discount for my neighbor, and I can't remember how much it was back then, but I want to say it was either $150 or anywhere from $150 to maybe $300 or $200, something like that. I can't remember, but I found a partner on gastricsleeve.com for her to actually buddy up with and go. And they became really good friends after the surgery and everything. They stayed in touch for a long time. I don't know if they're still in touch with each other, but I know that they did. All 3 of us actually became friends through that. So you guys definitely get someone to partner up with if you have to go by yourself. And as far as the flights and stuff, I don't know. I doubt if you can get a discount on multiple party flights. I really doubt it. Planes don't be trying to give you no discount, but you definitely can with like aftercare and staying in the hotels and stuff like that. So 2 to a room instead of 1, and at the hospital. Okay, and if you have someone who's able to go with you, which I think is great, that's what you definitely want to do. Have someone who can be there to help you and baby you, because those are the times when we want to be babied and pampered. And so if you can have somebody actually go with you and to share the experience with you, even if they're not having the surgery, they would still be able to sleep in one of the beds or wait at the hotel and stay at the hotel with you, and you get the hotel a little bit cheaper. Each doctor, each hospital there in Mexico have different guidelines on that. So you have to ask them what their discounts or guidelines are for bringing a family member or friend with you. That's going to not be having the surgery, a non-patient friend, I should say. Okay, I would definitely take 1 or 2 days to stay in Mexico after you're feeling well and you've been cleared, to enjoy the sights, because a lot of times people haven't been to Mexico, and they do have some sightseeing that you can go to out there. And if you're going during the warmer months, they have beaches there that you can go to. So I would definitely do that. We did that. And you guys, I would just say, don't go alone. Don't go traveling alone by yourself. Try to buddy up in groups, because we went in a group of like 8 or 9 of us, and just rented I think we rented two cabs or something like that, or a bus or something, a cab bus or minibus or minivan or something. But it was about 8 of us that went. Or if it's just 2 of you guys, hire a sightseeing company to kind of drive you around. Mexico, I didn't have any problems. Nobody in our party had any problems, and I've been there twice. With my second daughter, I went again. No problems that time. Didn't see anything going on like all the horror stories you said. I mean, they say out here. We didn't see any of that. Nobody mugged us. I think I got a few little cat calls, but I get that more here in Texas than I got there. So, you guys, I feel it's pretty safe, but nowhere is safe nowadays. So, and it's more scarier when you're in a place that you don't know. You don't know where to go. You don't know who to reach out to. So just play it safe and go in a group, or either have a professional tourism company. I don't know what they're called. But people who give tours for hire. Have them to show you around and enjoy the site for a day or 2 before you head back. And I think that's a little less stressful, because the first 3 to 4 days is going to be nothing except about your surgery, trying to feel better, doing everything that you're supposed to do. And it's a little hard to kind of relax and chill when you're in that state. But once you've had your blue drink that tastes horrible, I'll talk about that at another time. Once you've had that, you've gotten your clear to go home, then you can actually relax and kind of enjoy the hotel that you're in, get a body massage, go on a tour, go shopping, something like that. And you need to walk around regardless if you want to or not. You need to move to keep that the gas bubbles moving through your system and keep your body agile, so you don't feel tired and sick from just laying in the hotel room all day. So that's a good tip. And also the extra time off too. You guys get as much time as you can, because I'm telling you, and I feel like I'm a pretty strong, healthy, put together person most of the time. You're going to need those days, because anytime your body goes through surgery or something like that, that's trauma to the body. And even though you think you feel well, you cannot perform like you used to. And I remember I used to wake up and I felt great. Like, okay, I'm going to start cleaning the house. I'm going to get this done. I'm ready to get back to it. And I started moving around the house, a few minutes in, 30 minutes in, 40 minutes in. I was tired as a dog, y'all.
So sober, so weak.
I was on the couch for a couple of hours trying to recoup, just tired. And physically, that doesn't look like there's anything wrong with this. Underneath our shirt, you can't see the little scars or whatever. So you appear to be fine, but honestly, your body is still healing, and it's still regrouping itself, and it's trying to adjust to missing hormones and different acid levels in your body. So it's a lot still going on in there that we don't see, you guys. So take as much time as you can to just kind of, lay around, do light exercise by walking around your neighborhood and stuff like that. Eating as healthy as we can when we're on nothing but liquids or blended foods. But, especially blended, you can still have healthy blended foods, because if you like certain things, you can blend them. But take advantage of as much time as you can and get off work as you can to listen to your body. And when your body says, I'm tired, shut it down, ball up on the couch, watch a movie, relax, take a warm sit bath, because you can't get your tummy wet, so you can only put so much water in the bathtub. But just having that warm water just come up to your hips, that does wonders, you guys. So do that. I recommend taking as much time to relax and not try to get back out here. I've seen so many people, not even just with the weight loss surgery, but afterwards getting plastic surgery done, that people try to get right back at work, and I know they have to because of finances a lot of time. But you guys, it's not worth putting your body through that. You want to look good, and I know you don't have the time, so it's kind of hard to choose between the two, but try to wait, give yourself some time when you can take a little bit more time off of work so you can really heal properly and enjoy yourself. Okay. And the top 5, you guys, that I left for the last one, you guys, what I'm getting ready to tell you, everybody is not going to be able to do this, but the ones of you that go to Mexico and you remember to ask this and you can get it, because I think it's important. Ask to be the second or third person in surgery. I asked to be the first one, and I got what I asked for. Dr. Almanza is one of the few doctors that does a lot of surgeries, you guys, in one day. Honestly, I do think he does too many, and he looks tired by the end of the day. Are there other physicians in there helping him with all of those? Maybe, I don't know. We're knocked out sleep, so we don't know, which doctor is actually performing the surgery on us, but I hope it's Dr. Almanza. And I know, that's why I said, if you can be the first top 3 in the morning, you have a better chance of it actually being your doctor who actually does your surgery. So I would definitely ask to be number 2 or 3. And the reason I say that, because the first one is pretty early, you guys. I was up in the wee hours of the morning. I want to say it was 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And girl, he may be too sleepy. I should have thought about that then. He might still be sleepy, and I don't want to be the first one. You know how sometimes you got to do something first and kind of warm up and rev up, and then you be like, oh yeah, okay, I got the hang of this now. I didn't think about that when I first did mine. I just told my daughter, look, we're going first because there's too many people out here, so I'm going to be first, you're going to be second. The reason I put my daughter second, because I said, if I go first and I don't come out of this, you better not go in there. So I wanted her to see me and make sure I was okay before she did anything. So if it was going to happen, it was going to happen to me first, not my baby girl. Okay. So now thinking back, hindsight as a mother, but thinking back now, don't be number 1, because he need a little bit of time to wake up and he need a little bit of practice to get going. So it has to be number 2 or number 3. Even number 4 is probably okay, because the whole surgeries typically only take about 45 minutes to an hour, you guys. So they should be okay, doing the first several ones up until you start getting 6 to 8 hours in and they haven't had a break or something like that. I'd be a little leery. But those are my top 5 things I would have loved to know before I went to Mexico, or planned or paid for things, you guys. I hope that helps you guys out. I'm going to start putting a lot of little short videos in like this. My top 5 things you want to know, or what happened after surgery, or what I'm doing now, just to kind of fill in the gaps and get enough information out there that people can actually use when they're trying to assess if they want to stay here in the States, or if they want to go out of the States, or if they even want to have the surgery, period. I want to start doing more videos like that. And you guys, just as a plug, I want to put in here, because I'm about them dollars, y'all. I want to put this plug in here. I just dropped my first merchant t-shirt. I'm doing a whole line on weight loss surgery t-shirts, or weight loss t-shirts. They will have hashtags of WLS, gastric sleeve, VGS, because I feel like the hashtags will be smaller underneath the main quote. And I feel like that's just something inside personal for us. So that way, if we want to wear a shirt and be proud that we have the sleeve, it's out there, but it's not out there so loud that people are just constantly going to be asking you what is that if you don't want them to know. But then I also have shirts coming out that are just weight loss motivation. They're not talking about the gastric sleeve per se. So anybody, traditional weight loss surgery, can wear the t-shirts, you guys, and I think it's great to stay motivated and to wear something that reminds you. So I hope you guys will support me. I'll put the links below to my Amazon store where you can start picking up the t-shirts. We just dropped the first one yesterday, and the next one's hopefully a new one will be coming out every 3 to 4 days, starting on Monday. So you can always check back on the link to see if there's other quotes out there. You guys, if there's quotes that you like to see, that you want, just let me know, and I'll get my designer to make some of those and try to have them for sale. And anybody who gives me a quote and we actually take that t-shirt and make one, I'll actually send you a gift as a thank you for doing that. You guys have a great day, have a great weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Every day I'm here to say you gotta go all the way. You gotta keep it right, gotta keep it tight, gotta eat life. This ain't no